And we are live. And this time I'm not doing my sketchbook. I have almost completed my sketchbook, and I said that I want to do watercolor painting. And last time I looked from Pixabay that there was really nice reference photos for Audis, and I chose the one Audi that I really liked and sketched it out on this paper. And paper I'm using is R8's hot press watercolor paper. I use my core watercolors, and I'm pretty sure that I will use my Escoda reserva kolinsky brush. And I'm not sure is the sketch, well, I have to sketch really lightly so that it isn't like showing up on my piece when it's finished, so I think you can see it. But you will see it shortly when I start the painting. And first I think I will do some washes on the paper, really light ones. And I'm using my mud that I have on my palette. This is like gray stone. And this time I often use my palette mud when I need something like neutral gray or those kind of things. And I'm not stressed at my paper because I'm sure that I will not use so wet techniques that it's needed. I just think that I'll give it some kind of color now. And I'm also not using masking fluid. When I started drawing, I always like drew cars, so this is really nice thing to draw for a long time. I haven't drawn this like many years now. I actually can't even remember when was the last time I drew a car like this finished piece. And I have like no clue what color I'm currently using. This is like from my palette. There was nice grey stone, so I think I will use that. And I often find that when painting greys or white object, it looks much more interesting if you use like many different shades of greys. I haven't used this R8's hot press paper before, so it's new paper for me, and I hope I like this because I tried Canson Molding the Rouge, which is also hot press paper, but I didn't like that. It has quite hard like sizing, and watercolors felt like they like pull up on the paper. I'm just like looking where there is some shadowy parts. Also there's like, this is almost like black under the car, but I will do that like on last. I don't want to add black right not yet because I knew that it will really easy to bleed on the car and other parts that I don't want it to be. And the reason why I'm not using like paint spray or those colors that I ready-made grays is because I don't want this. This is so like grey color, so it will look really boring if I use same grey everywhere. So I'm just trying to use this bottle of grey. It has some warmer tones and it has quite purplish tone because my, well, Dioxide purple has gone. Like escape it from its well. And I really like painting cars or drawing them. even if they are a little bit hard because you have to like really get the perspective right, they easily start to look wrong. And my reference photo is actually on my iPad, but you can see it because it's on top of my drawing. Now there's some like dust in my painting. I'll use my brush to pick it up. When I'm drawing cars, I have some like little details that I often like leave out. One of them is the logo of the car and license plate. I don't like how the license plate looks, so I just leave them out. And that part will be black later on, but I'm just giving it the light gray wash now. I'm not sure why there's so much this dust now. Oh, hi, sorry. I'm just trying to pick this dust from... Oh, I'm bumping into my camera. It's really hard watercolor, it's so light that the dust really shows up in paintings. But it's actually like... With watercolor it didn't like keep the dust in painting, it's easy to remove, but I still don't want to leave it on my paintings. I'm just like deepening this shadow here and softening a little bit of that transition there. But because this car is made of metal, it's often they have these really sharp edges and sharp highlights, so I try not to use like too much for wet on wet techniques because it may make it look like, well, not right, maybe make it look a little bit like fuzzy or something soft on, because it's definitely something not organic. Now I'm watching my drawing and I think I have made a little bit mistake there. I think it should be a little bit more over. It also may be looking like that because there is like two large black arrays right next to it, so it may look like it's too wide, but it will look maybe narrower when I... Oh, hi Michelle! I was like thinking of the live stream today because I have been like thinking about my stream schedule lately because it's really hard because it's like, I know that this is like evening time for me, but it will be like middle of day or something in USA, so I try to like find a time that would be possible for everyone. Oh, I'm not drawing fountain pen today with fountain pens today, but maybe if I have like hit the painting like a pace where I have every area wet, then I maybe take my fountain pens, but today I'm doing watercolor paintings mainly. And I think this painting will take me really long time because I use so light washes. And now my great bottle of grey is turning out violet, so I need to add something there. Oh, I think I could show my reference photo. Here. I'm drawing Audi, I'm not sure what's the model, R8. So, doing car. I really have to, I'm not sure whether this camera pick it even out, but it's sad that my palette is so large that I can't fit it on the frame. Now I'm trying to mix more grey here, but it isn't looking. Oh, but somewhere. Well, that's gray enough. Yeah, Audis are my. Well, I currently not have a car, but when I get a car, I think it will be Audi. Maybe, but it's definitely not R8 because it's really expensive. But I think I will buy the Audi TT, which is a small model. It's really nice and small car. I like driving small cars because they're much easier to like park. With larger cars, it's really hard to like fit them in the parking slots. I think I will. This part is actually much darker in the reference photo, so I will darken this up a bit. Also here are some dark parts. So on the roof. So there. And I often start with really light washes, so if it's every time it's easier to go to darker than try to light the watercolor. I have some bun hair on my palette now. I'm trying to mix grey, but trying to mix like grey is actually quite hard because I often find that my greys tend to be, well, quite tinted. Yeah, I think it's, I'm not sure how the parking lots are in other places of the world, but I think Finnish parking lots are quite small because usually Finnish cars are quite small. We have like Toyotas and other small Japanese cars. And also because Finnish government has these taxis that go with the cars, and it's really expensive to keep a car here, especially if it has larger motors. It gets like really freakingly expensive. So everyone wants to have a teeny tiny car, so it doesn't cost that much to keep. So we have quite small cars. But yeah, we actually don't drive with the reindeers here. Well, maybe in Lapland, where I'm actually from, Lapland. And there was quite often reindeers. And the town where I'm from, there is like this race for reindeers. They go like through the center of the town and my fiance is playing some video games on the background and now he's swearing there. I'm trying to just add a little bit more grey here. Actually, grey objects are quite interesting to paint because even if they are grey, they can be like grey can be so many different shades. Like now I have a little bit more bluish shade of this same grey I have previously. I actually noticed that I have a little bit pucker going on here. Well, hopefully it's not got too bad because I really don't want to like tape this down. Now I think I will add a little bit more bluish grey. This is actually I'm not sure, I have never watched that reindeer race what they get, but it's really big thing, like tourists come to watch that, and there's like, it's like really big thing there. It's funny though, because the city is like live from tourists, so there's like, well, everything reveals out, like everything is around tourism. Oh, now I get this little bit too wet. Apple. Well, I'm not sure does the reindeers eat apple. I think they will eat like everything. Also, they're really annoying because in Lapland they are like, well, I'm not sure how I would say it, but well, they keep them like free. They like free roam in the whole Lapland area. So when you're traveling like with cars, like really common to like found a reindeer standing middle of road, and reindeers are actually quite stupid, and they will just like stand there and just stare at the car. And it's actually quite common to like drive over them, because they sometimes run like under the car. That's really like annoying thing. Yeah, I'm sure that those reindeers like eat everything. Well, I have more dust on my drawing now, and I'm not sure where this comes, because I tried to keep it away from my palette and from my paper, but there is like dust particles. And this is slowly looking like car. If I get this dust off there, I'm sure that my webcam just like seems like I'm picking nothingness there. Dust is quite annoying thing when drawing with watercolors, because but it often comes like from brushes or palette or something that isn't like covered. And for me, because I have a bunny, it's often bunny hair that got into my painting. Oh, that's quite dark actually. There's actually quite many black spots in this painting. Like this whole area here will be black, because there's like the, well, part of the car is black, and also under this car will be black, this will be black, there will be black, and the background will be, maybe I do a little bit background now. I have a nice sap queen that I will place there. That should be. Also, today I'm like I always work on tilted surface, so it's quite hard to keep my watercolors that way. But I like to, even when using watercolors, I like to work in tilted surface, because it means that I can like, I knew where the water will be, but only it will be like going down. I'm just doing some really light background washes. And there was some like forest going on here. Then there's other part. I keep everything really light now because I want to try out like I would say like traditional watercolor painting where I build always really slowly. The sky is actually quite dark in this photo. I'm not sure will I make it that dark, but it's quite dark. I remember when I was in like school and we had these art classes and I hated watercolors. I have the feeling that I really hate them because they are so light and they work really unacceptably. The paper was really bad, it warped like horribly. But now when I like tried watercolors, like proper watercolors, I really started to liking them. There's more dust in my painting now. Well, it's actually quite easy when the painting is dry. I can like brush them off. They don't get like trapped inside the paint. That's one reason why I don't paint. Like I have oil colors, but I never paint with them. It's because I have bunny, and the bunny hair gets like everywhere. And if I try like painting oils, and the oils are dry so slowly, they will have like, well, there will be like too much bunny hairs. Now I'm doing this lamp thing. It will be much more darker, but giving it like basic color. Actually, getting quite over the lines now. It was a little bit too wet. Oh, I have actually water-soluble oil paints. Because I don't like to use like harsh solvent because I'm really, well, I have migraine and I'm really get migraine attacks if I have something that has really strong smell. So I use water-soluble oils, but I haven't even painted with regular oils, so I don't know if they actually work the same. But I haven't have any problems with them. They work just like I have other people seeing using regular oils. I have Thalens and Rembrandt's Copra series, which is water soluble, and this works really great. I have been liking using them, also because they are so easy to clean out with water. Oh. No, my phone is ringing. Middle of my live stream. I think I'm not going to answer it. But yeah, I really like water-soluble oils, but I'm really not tried regular oils, so I'm not sure will they really be that differ. But I think they work just the same. I haven't noticed anything that is like different with those. But one thing that's really annoying with the water-soluble oils, it's really hard to find like proper those mediums for them. Yeah, I think they have same dry time. At least mine dries really, really slowly. But it's hard to find like mediums for them, because Thalens and Rembrandt doesn't make any mediums for Copra. So I had to take mediums for Winsor & Newton. artisans. I'm not sure what the watercolor oils are called, but I need to like hunt for the mediums. And they also like look like regular oils, and also I think they smell like regular oils. It's not like really strong smell, but it's definitely there. I think I got a little bit too much blue there. I'll move that out. Whoop. I think there's a little bit too harsh line now, because in reference photo there isn't. I definitely need many layers, and this will take like forever. I think I will do. Well, I will mix more gray for now. Oh, I got cream. Because my palette is on the tilted surfaces, so it's always like dripping all the colors in. And that looks currently it's almost like grey. I think this is a little bit warmer grey, so I think I could use this on the ground. I'm often work like this looks now really blue because there isn't blue anywhere else. I often work really like slowly and put layers, and my works, well, they have this hot mess state really long time because I'm not like rushing. Oh, that's definitely too blue. I'll move that out. And that is phthalo blue, so it isn't like coming out that well. But actually there will be darker part there, so I think I can cover it later. Still look really nice. I'll just darken this up a bit. I really enjoy when the regular, like something that is really pouring grey, when it's painted out, it's turned out to be like really beautiful with many shades. So I'm trying to do the same thing here. Also, one thing that I find really hard to paint or draw when car is windows, because they are really like reflective. I have this much warmer grey. Well, I think I will do other here from the for the ground. Now I'm adding more water, and I find this paper to start to do a little bit boggling. It's actually started showing up on the camera now. Oh, that's great. Now I need more grey. maybe a little bit darker one. I think I will use the paint spray now. It's quite dark, but I will add like other tones to it. To make it a little bit more interesting. I'm just like getting my reference photo back up. And there is still shadow. I find cars really interesting things to paint. They often have many little details, and they are really like, they need good solid perspective to look right, because they really easily start to look deformed and skewed and not right. Also, it's funny that there are so many cars that they have like some things that should be like identifiable if the car, like pointing something to the car that does exist. Like I find this Audi is really identifiable because like the back side of the car is so unique, and this black part here is really important. So I'll try to really get those parts looking right. I'm actually a bit worried will this turn out right, because it happens every time I start like, well, colored pencil is other thing that is like really slow medium. I often get this doubt on the beginning that will it look good in the end or will it just look bad. A little bit too much water there. I think I actually can paint that over those black parts, because they will be so dark that they will be like covering everything. This under. Well, this light start to be dry, so I think I can mix the. I need like really dark red, almost black. No, that's too warm. That's what I need. This is Purole red. So this is like really warm, bright red. I actually don't use cadmiums that much, and I don't have the cadmiums in this corset. It's not that I like avoid toxic pigment, but it's more like that I don't like the opaque watercolor. I want my color to be really transparent, and those cadmiums often aren't transparent at all, so I don't like to use them. I'm waiting this R8 more, so there isn't like any harsh line showing. Oh, hitting to my lamp if it's so close to my palette. This reminds me of why I don't like to use long-handled brushes. Every time I paint, I never use long-handled. Even with the oils, I like to use short-handled brushes. And if I got like long-hand brushes, I often cut the handle short. because I find that they are dangerous. I almost like broke my eye with those. And they are also annoying because they like hit things. No, this is quite dark. This is okay because it's quite dark. Actually. I see that there is some red. It's really faint, but there is something. So maybe like some brake lights or fog lights or something. I really wanted to like do all the black areas, but I'm trying not to do that right now. It will make this piece look much more like defined and better if I add those black parts now, but they will be really hard to like adjust if I get them too dark, or if this painting goes like, if I got like some little mistakes here and there. It's much more easier to fix when these are light washes. Also I think the watercolors like works best when they are used in light washes and slowly building up the tones. I'm really liking this paper. This is arches, so this works just like I want my watercolor paper work. I like hot press paper, but Molding the Rose has too much sizing for me. So I think this is much better choice. I don't like my colors to, well, I don't like when paper like resists watercolor because it has so much sizing in it. I'm just looking where this, that part would be go a little bit lowards. I think so. I'm really thinking that I may use like colored pencils with this work, because I'm not sure we're like able to get all the details I want with the watercolor. But at the same time I really want to keep this, I would really want to this be like really painterly piece and not like overly tight or overworked. I find that I have this tendency that I overwork my watercolors really often. Actually, one of portrait paintings I made, the largest one which has like lunar moths in it. I think I overworked that like really badly. Oh, that's a new pelican. Yeah, I'm liking it really much. It has some nasty, well, it has an engraving on the barrel, and somebody tried to scrape the engraving off, so it has like really nasty marks there, but it's working really well. I really like it. I think it has a little bit softer nib than my other pelicans. I have now 3 same kind of pelicans, and when I was buying this pen I was like if it's the same as my other pelicans I will like sell it away, because I don't need 3 same pen, but I can't sell it because it's so nice. So I'm keeping that pen too. Actually today I just bought a new pen. It's haven't come yet, but it is Faber-Castell Progress, and this time I knew what it is. It's Faber-Castell Progress. It has gold nib, and it's really like they are really nice pens. I have one of those pens already. But my pen has some nib problems. It has like really scratchy nib and it needs some nib work. And I'm not that I'm not used to do nib working, so I haven't used that pen a lot. But this new pen has its cap has quite a large crack on it, but it has, at least I think it has like working nib, so hopefully I can use that nib or that pen if it works alright. I really like buying like vintage fountain pens. I don't know, I like how like the whole repairing process and trying to make them work and finding out what kind of nib of it is, more than like I like buying modern pens that you knew that they work right from out of the box and are nice and they nib size. And I have been actually really lucky because I have got really nice nib sizes because I like smaller nibs and all my nibs are medium to fine. And it's really nice, but I haven't yet got any like board nibs. But I think this like because I have bought all my vintage pens from Finnish sellers, so I think it's common here in Finland to like have smaller nibs. Also they are quite stiff. And also I like that the pens I got recently that I could use the Pelikan Ibis nib in the other, what was like that solid fountain pen, some weird fountain pen. It could take like Pelikan Ibis nib, but I noticed that there was like crack in the section. I think it was like there all the time because I'm not. It's not. It was looking like it has been there a long time, and so the pen leaked a little bit. But Pelikan is alright. I've been really liking it. Now I have I have too many fountain pens to. Too many fountain pens now because I have only a couple of inks, and now I have like all my fountain pens inked in with Lamy Black, and I think even I have like a little bit thinned down my collection of fountain pens, or I need new inks, and I think I will go the road with new inks because I can't even think about selling my fountain pens. Even if I have like many of duplicates, I still it feels really well. I don't know, because every vintage fountain pen they are different because they have been used so much that nib has almost like individual like characters, or the pens are often nice and I don't like to part with them. But maybe I just got some new inks. I'm really interested about that Dr. Atramentus documentaries. I don't remember the name, but like the waterproof version of the inks. It sounds really nice because I currently use Sailor Kivakura and it isn't that waterproof. And I need waterproof ink. Also when I'm like doing some schoolwork and writing some documents, I really like to use ink that is archival. Oh, I have those food nibs are really interesting. I have been eyeing one from Sailor. I really wanted to try that food nib, but I haven't been like. Oh, that's definitely too dark. I have been like really wanting to try the food nib, but not yet like got ordered of them. because Fude nibs seems so like interesting. Teatramentis. Okay, that's the name. I have really hard time to pronounce the words that are long and like, well, hard to say. Also, I have seen some sketches that I've made with Fude nib, and it leaves really like expressive marks because it can fill the solid black areas so fast. It seems really interesting nib. I definitely have to try that out. I'm not yet sure, will I try some Chinese pens or some sailor pens. I had some couple of Chinese pens actually when I first started the fountain pens, but they were all like horrible experience, like horrible. They were like, they didn't even write when they came, so I had to do like a little bit work with them, and they were horrible. So I have been like, I don't like Chinese pens. Also, I have this thing that I like really like classic pens with just black and gold trims, and Chinese pens have often really weird finishes. Now I feel that this works really needs some darker areas. I think I will. I'm not sure will I use the. Well, oh, I really love to hear the review about that. There isn't that many like reviews from Fude pens. I'm just thinking about, is this my Payne's grey dark enough? It's almost like black, but it's really bluish. I have black with, what is that called? Daniel Smith Lunar Black, but it granulates like crazy. Maybe if I try take this Payne's grey and add a little bit red. It's turned out wild. Maybe if I add some dioxazine, it's really, well, dioxazine is really powerful color because I feel that this always, well, takes over everything. Because this mixes now just huge puddle of violet. Of course you can't see it because my palette isn't in view. Well, now I have more grey, but well, I just keep adding these layers on. It's actually look quite nice on the camera actually. Now it's gonna pick it up because with the sketch face I was really worried about it. Will it ever pick this up? But I have been really interesting about different nibs lately. I have my Wispy Eco have a custom needlepoint nib, and I love that nib. It's really fine and it's like using fine liner. And I have been really thinking about getting maybe italic or architect or stop or some a bit larger nib. It would be really nice for sketching. Because currently my largest nib is some medium size nib, and I find vintage mediums are often quite small actually. So I don't have large nibs. I really like this paper. This feels like it's not like because some papers damage when I overwork them, but this is really like nice. It seems like it can take the overworking in many layers. I have this blob there that I have to like cover up. Oh. This is actually really nice to paint watercolors. I haven't painted watercolors for a long time now. Oh, Ban. Oh, Ban is like wanting some attention. Oh, that link actually. I'm not sure how will the like that chat like handle link some differently. But after this video you can post it on the comments, because at least in the comments it should work well. Because I'm really interested about that pen. I have meant forever like trying to food enips. Oh, turquoise and silver. That sounds really beautiful. That reminds me of one thing. When I was like photographing my fountain pens, I noticed that I have like almost all of my fountain pens are black and gold. And because they are vintage ones, I have not much like choice for colors. But it seems that Finnish people are boring and they like black fountain pens. I have actually one really dark blue Pelikan, and it's quite beautiful. But I know that Pelikan has these, and also Faber-Castell has those green striped models, but it reminds me of cucumber, like the green veggies. So I don't have any of those, and I often don't buy when they come up. Because I really like the black one. They are so simple looking. And they look really traditional and pretty. But then when I'm buying modern ones, I want like bright green ones. Oh, I have also seen that Theo Eugene YouTube videos. He has some really great food nips, and also some really interesting nips I have seen. I think he has some like those sailor specialty nips that are like cross emperor and really unique nips. They seem really great. But they are also quite expensive, but food nips are often, they are not that expensive, so they are right into my budget. Also lately I have been feeling like really, I don't want to say art block because I hate that word and what surrounds it, but I have a feeling that I have like not improved at all, and I want to break things up a little bit, because I'm just feeling that I have doing the same thing like too long. So it would be really nice to get the food nip, but it would be something different. I'm trying to make this. Oh, there are some really nasty, well, not nasty, but hard to paint reflections here. And one thing that I hate when I paint cars is rims. Rims are really hard. I find they're like almost like next to impossible to paint. They always turn out looking really unrealistic, out of perspective, and just horrible. And this time I will try to a little bit more simplistic for these. Yeah, I will definitely wait for your review. And often when I'm buying like new pens, I really want to look for reviews. When I was buying my Wispy Eco, I really looked through many reviews. But I have not like found difference between watercolors if they are like synthetic or natural. Actually, these core watercolors that I used, these have synthetic binder. I think it was called Aquasol. So these are really like synthetic ones. I have not found that they like damage the paper. One thing that I have found it's really more about what brush you are using, because some of those synthetic brushes seems to be really damaging the paper. But this is nice natural hair brush, so this is like oh, brushes. I was thinking about natural watercolors. Yeah, brushes. I have found that I don't use that many synthetic ones, but I have found that some synthetic ones really like scrape the paper. So I really liked using natural hairs. But then the rest it almost like, how could I say it, like not offending anybody. There is this animal cruelty going on because these are like from animals, so it's often quite well. I like to use synthetic brushes, and I just try to think of like I try to think that it's like when it's like from animal that they aren't hunted. Hopefully they aren't hunted for just these brushes. They are hunted for fur industry. So this is just like byproduct of that. But I'm not sure. I haven't found yet good synthetic brush. Yeah, I too often like when I'm speaking Finnish, I often like I make so many mistakes. Especially if I'm like really tired, I will do sometimes really funny mistakes. I really need to adjust my tablet settings so the screen don't go off like every minute. I think that it's a bit too dark because there should be like white highlight there. Well, but sometimes I find that it's easier to say some things in English than in Finnish. Like there are many words that I know what they are like in English, but then I don't know the Finnish equivalent. It's really funny. This paper is like warping now, but that was accepted because I was expecting it because I knew that if I don't stretch it will like buckle a little, but I hope it isn't that bad. I'm not sure like if these grey parts are almost like too dark now. I really need to add with black now, so I can just adjust the values accordingly. I will start with this shadow under the car. So I will wet this whole area out. Well, actually not there, because there isn't any shadow. At least in reference picture. And so there isn't shadow. Also, one thing that is really hard with cars is their wheels. They often start to look misplaced. I'm not sure, is there like silver or chrome watercolor? There are some, because I have like one pen of, I have no pen sitting on my, well, footrest. But it's more like sparkly one, so I find it's much easier to do like the rims, just trying to make them look metallic by using lots of contrast. But yeah, that would be really like nice way to do process, to like give the animal the haircut and then release it back to the wild. I have often think about that when my bunny is chasing his fur. I could like grab some hairs, but I'm not sure how the process are made, or is the bunny hair any good for process. That reminds me of one, well, funny thing that happened. I had my friend was visiting, and it was first time, and he was just like looking my art supplies, and then she took that one of my largest squirrel brushes, and she was like thinking about, oh, this is so soft, and then I just say, yeah, it just used to be squirrel. And she almost like drop out the brush. It's funny. I'm just trying to make this shadow a bit more blended. Actually, I noticed that I blended it to the wrong place now. But you can see it because my face cam is over it. So there shouldn't be any like... And that isn't definitely not dark enough, so I really need the other... well... more layers. I hope that this will be dark enough, because I think only have like one black watercolor on it often. If I use like, oh, that's really black. But if I use black watercolors, it's so easy to make it look like dead black, and it starts to look flat. I've been also thinking that maybe they will like, because synthetic process gets like better and better like all the time. Hopefully at some point they will like catch up with the natural hair process, because natural hair process they're really expensive, and well, they last long and they are great but I find it would be like much more economical to do really great synthetic process that like mimics the natural hair ones. Just start to definitely look more like a car when I add these black parts. Get some like contrast here. That part need to be. Oh, that's definitely too. Ah, that was too wet. Some like puddle going on there. Try to blend this out because there was actually quite smooth, like a gradient going there. Yeah, I have wondered many times if my my Banban's tail would make really good brush because it has actually quite long hair, so it's really soft. But yeah, I think my Banban needs his tail more than I need a new brush. It's actually funny that bunnies have those teeny tiny tails, but still they move it like it would be like huge tail that they need to balance themselves. So it's actually quite funny looking. And also I think the bunnies use their tails for like communicating. Well, I think that's got a little bit too dark. I'm not sure we'll be able to lift this out. Well, it's often when painting with watercolors, often I get this feeling that parts are too dark and then I like blot it out, but when I add other darks it start to look too light and I have to like paint it again. I'm sure this part will be much darker when I finish this. I think I will need like, I'm not sure will I need to like use black watercolor with this. Because this core paint gray is quite dark. I'm not even sure do I have any set that have like black indent. Maybe I think, at least in my Rembrandt set have black. Maybe Schminke set too. I often don't use them, so I'm not entirely sure. I just tried to like layer many layers of this paint gray, so maybe it turns out looking black. And if it doesn't, I just can go over with the black layer. It's actually a funny thing. What came to my mind when talking about squirrels. In Finnish, like almost all of our squirrels are red. They are like really red, so it's really funny that because I think they use like Russian blue squirrels that are black in brushes. So for me, I first thinking about why this isn't red because it is from squirrel, but then I think about it. Well, maybe not all the squares are like bright red. Oh, now I need to do this part. And I find this really nerve-wracking because if I make mistake, I'm not able to like fix it out. It's actually funny that this is looking like, well, actually in photo it's look like just flat black area, but I knew that there is some shapes here because they are, I see them on other side, but I try to keep this same as reference photo because I often find that I paint things that I think I see. Oh, thanks, Lee. I have also been thinking about made brush with like human hair. Actually, my hair is quite thin. Now I really need to tilt this up because my brush isn't too wet enough. This seems to be the angle that I have easiest time to do straight lines, like so. I'll just keep looking at the screen if this is still in focus. Like so. Actually, now I noticed that there was some highlights there, and I forgot them. Okay, I can plot that. Well, there will be space for them. And what else are dark black? It's that down part there. Yeah, it's yeah, Audi. You guessed it right. I'm really happy that someone like recognized this. But I really like fast cars. Like Audis. When I was younger, I really liked Japanese cars. I like Subaru Impreza was my favorite car, but now it's been like shifted. Because now I like Audis. I'm not sure if there are like grey squares in Finland too, but I think they are, at least where I live, all of them are red. And it's funny though, because really long time ago they used squirrel skins as like money. So I find it really odd. I'm not sure if it's like in every country, but at least in Finland they used to use squirrels as money. I definitely need that part more darker. Now the shadow looks really too light. Those wheels need to be much darker. And this one not look dark enough anymore. My bun is like jumping around me. I think I will just continue with that shadow. And my phone. Yeah, there's nothing like too important. It could wait. It's funny when this paper is wet, it seems like there's like little like dots. But when it's dry, those dots like disappear. I have a feeling that this Audi will take me forever to paint. And I will be really busy like next half a year, because I start my summer work is starting next Monday. So I have to like work full time and then try to do my YouTube things, and but I like it. I'm not like I'm really not like the type that likes long holidays. I like to work. Oh, Tesla is really great. Where I live there is actually we live in quite like small area. There is 2 Teslas and they are really beautiful cars. Oh, Tesla would be really nice, but this is also really expensive. I think when I'm like, well, if I ever be rich, I will have like garage full of cars, and I think one of them will be Tesla. Because Tesla is really nice. I like how it's like, even it's just like electric car, it looks decent. Because some electric cars look really funny. Like Toyota Prius looks really funny. At least I think they look really odd. What's the 5mm one? Oh, I haven't heard of those. But yeah, I used to have a car. It was like old car from my parents, and it was really old. It was old. The car was actually older than me, so it was really old. And it was really expensive to upkeep because, well, it wasn't anyway like ecological, or and also the taxing of the driving here in Finland is quite hard, and because I was a student, well, I'm still a student technically, because I'm a student I really don't want to keep expensive car. And actually I live quite close to town now, because it's like half an hour and I can like walk to the city center. And I usually go everywhere. I use bicycle. It's really nice way to transport, because in this town we have like so many like bicycle roads or walking roads. It's really easy to get around the town. Oh, I find these rooms really nerve-wracking to paint. I'm afraid that these would turn out horrible. Oh, that's too black. Well, hopefully it isn't too black. I think that's the black I need for other parts too. I was seeing some loose hair on my brush, but I think it was my Ban's hair. And my Ban is main reason why I keep my brushes in. They have like little container that they have, because if I like leave them out, they will be like covered in Ban's hair, because it's got like everywhere. Because it's really like, well, it's like floating everywhere. That's like really nerve-wracking. with watercolors it's really hard to make these dark, really like darks because they are definitely not erasable and they couldn't be covered with anything. Also, I'm really afraid that I will go too near some wet area and it will be like back running. No, there is some edge here that actually isn't existing, but this is Ultima. I haven't heard of that. It's really hard because in some cars are different names here than they are like in USA. And also we tend to have like completely different car models. So, but when I often like googling, I often search for different kind of cars and often find really cool American cars that are like never come to like in European market. Actually, the Audi TT that we are that I want, it has well, basically it has like back seat, but the back seat is like teeny tiny and like, well, my bunny will be can sit there, but like it's not meant for humans, so that's like really tiny car. But I found that is enough because I don't have children and it's often just me and my fiance going somewhere and my bunny. Actually my bunny when he's in car he has those, what they are in English, like those boxes that you use with cats and dogs, and I have one for my rabbit. Yeah, some hybrids are actually today when I walk at home from, I think I was in city center, I saw that Toyota Prius and it looks really ugly. It's like looks really horrible. So I think Tesla is really nice example about that. The hybrids can be good looking too. They don't need to be like those horrible cars. I've been really thinking about cars lately, but I think I will just get some regular benzene cars because hybrids are really expensive, and actually in Finland we don't have a place for recharge them, or I'm not sure how the taxes work currently, but in Finland they don't want like any type of cars. Everything is just taxed really ridiculously. And if you like want to bring car from like from Germany, which is really common place to bring cars, the tax they are really horrible. They are like it costs really too much to bring car here. But I actually like older cars, so I think I will buy just the older model of the Audi TT. because I like how it's look. I'm just trying to paint this part here. And my hands is on the way, of course. I don't know why they often like hybrids look so ugly. Why they like don't put any like work on those designing of the car, because they don't need to be looking like ugly. But in Finnish we have looked. I think I'm just making random lines here that actually really exist. Yep, there should be only like... Well, I will do those highlights with the gel pen or white gouache because I'm not getting them in the right place right now. Well, here in Finland we have... Because new cars are so expensive and keeping cars is expensive and bringing them from anywhere is expensive. Like everything around cars are really expensive. There's often... We have really old cars. Like it's really common that you have like 20 years old car and you drive with that. So we have quite boring cars here. Especially because I live quite up north, so there isn't many place for recharging the hybrid cars or electric cars, and I think I'm not sure is there any like they use the biogases for some cars, and I'm not sure if there are any of those stations in where I live. So it's really like I really enjoy, like I used to, well, currently I'm on mechatronics, but I used to study car technique in the same field, in like technical university. And I'm really interested about new cars, and I really want to. At one point, I think that I would like want to design cars and those kind of things. So I'm really interested in cars, and here in Finland it's really hard to see like cool cars. They often are like all are like Toyota Avensis. It's the car that have like everybody has that. Another one is Skoda Octavia. Like everyone has Skoda Octavia, and oh, they are so boring. And also cars are often grey or black or white. No bright colors. Oh, that's quite black. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bunny really wants some attention. He's just like jumping around my legs and wanting some cuddles. But cars are really fascinating. I find that, and also how the economy around them works. Like in Finland we have old cars, but then like in some part of world, like I find American cars, at least the old American cars, are really big. So I find this really like interesting, like cultural things, that there's different kind of cars like in different countries. Yeah, that's true. Like I think Tesla is a really great example for that they are quite fast and powerful cars, so they like like the electric cars don't need to be like boring. Also, I think design is like a big part of it. Yeah, lightweight is other thing that I really like cars. I want lightweight cars because they are often more effective. Sometimes I find it really funny that when there is some car that is advertised as with really powerful motor, and then the car is so heavy that it isn't even fast then. Yeah, I know that hybrids, but I don't just say hybrids and electric cars like I mix those up. But yeah, I actually used to like do some math around how like those huge trucks work, because we got in Finland we just got like some new super sized trucks, so, and I was in school, so I was counting how they like can turn and move and are they safe and those kind of things. So I actually know too much about cars. But then I got into robotics and I changed my field. Well, actually it wasn't like big change, because it was just like choosing different courses and saying that I'm now on mechatronics. So, but then sometimes I still like want to work with cars, but because I'm currently in mechatronics, I can work like in the car industry, because new cars have so many sensors and they have often this really nice suspension things going on. So even if I change my like field, I can still work with cars. But currently I'm like more interested in robotics. I'm trying to look where this line is even going. Oop. And also one thing why I changed my field of study is because I wanted to like be able to do more than just cars, because if I would be like graduating from automotive side, I would be just doing automotive things. But now, because I'm from mechatronics, I can do some automotive things, some like industrial robot things, and working in many fields. Actually, now I'm seeing that there's a little bit of spotting going on. I'm not sure if I might damage this paper already, but hopefully not. This is actually warping quite badly. I really should have been like tape this down. I need to look for my reference for how that part should be going. Yeah, there's highlight there. And there's gradient going on. Actually, there's a little bit, because I think sun is like somewhere there. I think there's a little bit like yellow highlights. But I'm really afraid to go to yellow, because there's so much blue that I'm afraid it will start to look like green. And it never looks good. I actually think I should put there that line. Yes, there's actually quite harsh shadow there, and it actually defines the shape of this area here. Oh. Now I'm looking. I think I could actually focus this bit more because it looks like it isn't in full focus now. I'm sure it even improves the quality a bit, but hopefully, well, let's look. Maybe a little bit sharper now. Actually, it could be. It's quite accurate because I have no like harsh line here yet. I think I will. Well, this needs definitely be much darker. And this part too. And tear up is some shadow places. Oh. I just maybe got a little bit too much like wheel here. But actually there isn't like harsh line between the shadow or the wheel, so it may be, hopefully it will be like blending there and not looking so big, because this currently looks a little bit off. Yeah, that's true why I like robotics, and also because I find it's better to because some works are really dangerous to do for humans, and I think that's really important that robots can do the like really dangerous jobs and not like humans, because well, like nuclear plants, there are not great place for human. Other place that I could think of are like when like diving deep, like under the sea, like those kind of things, or some really almost like some cold climate. Those are two places that aren't great for humans. And also even if I like are interested in robotics, I also can do some like sensor stuff, like working with robotic safety. So when you have like large industrial robot, so there's all kind of like safety devices that keeps humans safe and keep the robot working like it should be, and not like, because accidents are always really, well, they're quite sad, because often because I currently do my, I think it should be like master's thesis, I'm not sure, maybe it's master's thesis in English, and I do something like that is really safety for I do one robot safety like functions, and I'm a researcher for how like what kind of accidents there have been, and it's actually like really horrible thing to read, because oftentimes there is like accidents that are like they would be avoided if there would be like do things like they should be. Like there are some really stupid things, like if robot is on if robot is like working on its automated cycle, it's not like humans can't then go to like on the robot's way, because robots they often don't sense like when the human is near, but sometimes I don't know why, but accidents happen often, and they are and I really try always find what is the reason behind the accident, so I can like prevent it happening from the future. But oftentimes it's often just because they aren't like going like safety standards. They're like humans are doing something that is not allowed to do. So it's really hard to prevent accident if they are because of human stupidity and doing things that shouldn't be doing. Yeah, I actually think that adding these darks really make this pop out. It actually really motivates me to continue, because at one point I was like sure this will never turn out good. But hopefully this will. At least now it looks a little bit more like a car and not like one light grey blip. I think I have forgot the whole front wheel. I find this really. This is so small space to work on, and this is also has quite extreme perspective going on, so don't make this work any easier. I actually think I should work a little bit the background now, because it looks too light. Also the backlights need to be darker. I think I can mix the paint grey with one of my reds and make really dark purple. Well, that's too purple. I need it to be like really dark red. Dark red is also it's actually a color that I really find hard to like mix, because they often turn out to be too. That's more like it. Because dark reds often turn out to be too purple, or they turn out brown or muddy, and not like red. So I want them. I actually think it still looks too purplish now. Well, I have to adjust that later. I find that watercolors is really like not good idea to go working with half white paper. There's often happened some really nasty blooming or some accidents or backgrounds or those kind of things. Well, I always think, actually, she that say that only 3 watchers. I often have this feeling when somebody watches my video, even if it's like 4 watchers on my live stream, I feel like it's a lot of people, because I always think that when I'm doing videos or live streaming the way that how it would feel if I have like all the 4 people in the same room with me. And I have to do like that demonstration. So I find this really. I don't like think about views. I really enjoy doing YouTube videos, and for me it has been really great, because now I got to use my English, and it's really important to like speak good English, and it also keeps me really motivated to painting and drawing, because I really have to like do some content, and I really like the social aspect of it, because I don't have that many friends that paint. Oh, there is some. Yep. So I really enjoy doing YouTube. Actually, this may sound really odd, but I'm actually really shy and introvert person, and I'm still doing YouTube in like English. But I remember when I was like a couple of years ago, I really wanted to start YouTube channel, but then I was thinking, oh, no, I can't do that because I don't speak English. But well, then I just started to doing it and thinking about, well, I will learn it by speaking, not by like thinking about it. And actually I don't script, like write script for my videos, because I find that when I tried to do scripted videos, but it just don't work for me. I'm just trying to do a bit more dark here. Now I think I really need to focus on the background, because there's really good popping going here, but these upper parts are not showing up like I wanted them to do, because actually this forest is almost like black here. So I will take maybe this indigo blue and maybe some yellow here. Oh, now I like my yellow will look almost like green. At least my water is currently looking bright green. That's looking too yellow. That should look spiny here in my brush. It doesn't look much better when this background is darker. It's in previous it wasn't even like popping from the background. And I remember when I started to do drawing cars, I used to leave the background completely blank. It actually looked really funny, because I have many of those paintings on my wall, and when I was one time I look at it and thinking that it looked really odd that I have like wall full of cars that just float in emptiness. Adding a little bit of brown for this ground here. Trying to give some color for the background. Yeah, that's the way I also do when live streaming. I'm just like listening and doing my own things. I find that's really great for live streams, because like watercolor painting is really slow medium, so it's not like fun to watch, but well, occasionally looking is much better. Also, I like listening podcasters, and I actually have find that I actually like listen people's live streams more than watch them. I think that there should be more like art live streams, because they are often really interesting, and there isn't that many. And also I also like smaller live streams where there isn't so much chatting going on, but I find it really enjoying to like listen to somebody to rambling things, and also live streams are, for me, they are like great to keep my motivation up. Because I often think that if I knew that the artist will stream like 3 hours, I will thinking that I will do my sketchbook during this live stream, so I'm just like listening to live stream and doing my sketchbook. And currently I have finished my sketchbook, so I need to choose a new one. But actually I will oh, thank jeez. That was really shocking because I remember still time when I have like 2 subscribers, and then now I have like 82. It's really I really love that I have so many, because I can't even imagine that so many people want to like watch me and watch my videos and like them and want to see more, and I'm really grateful for every subscriber. But yeah, because I almost completed my sketchbook, I will start a new one, and which means I will do for next month I will do life drawings, because I have hear so many times that drawing from life is that magical thing that make you improve super fast, and I want to test that. And so that's why I decided that I will draw only from life. I will choose some really large sketchbook and fill that in a month, and then I will look how much I will improve, because I knew how much I improve when I'm doing like regular sketching. I should need to paint the sky. Sky's looking almost like grey. Maybe I use this base grey there too. Oh, that's not wet at all. I find this paper has really odd like characteristics when it's like when the paint like dries really fast on this. Like it sets on the paper really well. Oh jeez, I have often noticed the same thing, that if somebody is doing art for a long time, then they really easily can pick up like new mediums. And for my little sister is really great for like doing acrylics, and she seems like she's good at everything, like doing it with watercolors and doing it with acrylics, and I'm just like good doing watercolors. But now, because I have painted so much, I would actually quite easy to like using oils, because I have so much like experience with watercolor. But I always want to encourage young artists to like work, because when I was young, I didn't do any art. I didn't used to draw when I was a child, because I wasn't interested in art. I only interested in like when I was 20, and still then I find that I would be so much better if I have drawn when I was little and much younger. But I've been actually drawing really often and filling many sketchbook and really trying to get better, but still it's better start when you are young, because you will definitely you will learn faster. I think that's one reason. And also often young artists have more time to practice because they don't have to work, but they have school, but I find it often easier to work when you're work with art when you are younger. And also they have this really great ability to being less critic about the art, because I find that because I started when I was so old, I am really I sometimes give myself really hard critics. I'm using watercolors now. I have my golden core watercolors, but actually my palette is so large that it can't fit on my camera now. Actually, I will. This sky is looking odd. Well, I hope that I will improve when I'm doing live drawing, because I'm trying to plot some of this dark patch here. That's not working because the rag I'm using with my watercolors is like this isn't drying anything, it's more like making it more wet. But I can show my watercolor palette here. Oh, I dropped my brush. But here's my watercolor palette. It's quite large and it has golden colors there and some Holbein watercolors and some Daniel Smith watercolors. I think I will need new rack because this is it's wet. It's so wet that it leaves marks on my drawing. I just said to my fiancé to bring me some paper. Well, there was now grey spot on my sky. I will try lifting some of this color out. Not sure will it work because I find these colors are quite they like to stick on the paper. Well, actually the reference photo has quite dark sky, so I think it's okay to have dark sky there. And actually I noticed that I missed those dark lines. There's one of these dark parts where the back window meets the roof. It's actually quite light on the back window, but there's really not so nice mistake there. I think I will use white gouache to add some highlights there. I'm gonna go over with that because there will be there's some really small white highlight that I feel like I could get them with these watercolors. Well, actually my brush is fine enough, but watercolors are not easily controllable. They often do things that I don't want them to do. It's like they have a mind of their own. And front window too needs some work. I'm also thinking about I will do I really want, I think I really want to do like daily videos when I'm doing that life drawing challenge. I'm not sure will I be able to do that. It would be really nice because then you could see the improvement in like almost like in real time. And also it would be because I could talk more about like what I have find hard and what I struggle and those kind of things. Because if I do like one video that includes everything, it's often like I find it's often tend to be more about the end result and not about the journey itself. So I think I'll maybe like do some kind of video series about it. But also those videos will be quite short because I don't want to like every day try to edit huge video. I'm a little bit green on the window because I noticed that in reference photo it has like green undertone. So I'm adding that in. Also this isn't dark enough. Okay. Also I have forgot the whole mirror here. There's a mirror here and it's really dark on the top. And light at the bottom. Well, light or not actually quite light. It's really coming together nicely. I think that sky will need a bit more work. And I'm actually not looking reference photo because, well, I actually can look a little bit because sky is like, it can be quite abstracted. And also I don't want this background to be really like detailed. I want it to be more like almost like abstracted. And there is some down there. And I'm using Payne's Grey on the sky. I'm trying to form some clouds there. I haven't painted skies for a long time. Actually I noticed that my water is really dirty, but it's okay now because these colors that I use in skies are so dark that also it gives this nice muted tone. No, I left really weird like darker lines there. Well, that's odd. And they are like soaked in the paper. I think I have like damaged the paper there a little bit. Maybe scratch or something because there's like it left a little bit darker mark there. Some more clouds there. I don't even sure will this look like clouds, but looking like something. It's actually funny because they look like being white spot, but actually it's just my lamp just pointing there. Oh, that's quite wet. I will plot that down there because I don't want the blooms there. Oh, bye cheese. I think I will be soon be finishing, but I don't want to keep going now because I would like to get my paintings some really nice stage before I like stop painting, because I find it's really easier. It's then much more easier like pick the painting up and pick up the painting again if it's like looking already nice. It's really hard to paint painting that is like in the ugly hot mess stage, and then it feels like it will be not better. I'm still looking. I like how this sky is turning out. And I'm not even looking about reference because I don't like the sky that there was. It's like too much yellow there. Because the car is quite light grey. I actually think that the car maybe is white, but it's looking grey in this photo. I want that the sky be like really dark and dramatic, and first also should be really dark, but I think I'll pick some sap green there and some Payne's grey and do some darker washes there, because this looks like it isn't dark enough. There's also really odd like edge there. More here in the sky. That's really nice. Looks almost like stormy sky. So I think I really need to work for those wheels and rims and some details here and more details for the lights. So I noticed that I'm a little bit off camera. So I like bring my work a little bit down. Yeah, I'm almost in the frame. I'm just wetting this guy up and bringing a little more darks here. I'm just like plotting it all the way, but I find that like gets the best results that I want. Oh, diplomacy. That sounds interesting. Actually, I don't watch TV like at all, so I don't have a problem with TV remote. But I've heard that many other that have bunny have a problem that bunnies will chew their TV remote, like chew all the buttons. Oh, that's quite dark now and wet. There will be definitely blooms if I leave those there. There's some like splotch on my wood or forest. or whatever that is. I'm looking if there's like enough shading here. I think this part is a little bit too light because it's in reference photo it's quite dark. It's almost as dark as it was under the car. I think I will use the make a new mixture that has a little bit more warmer tone in it. Like so. Because I don't want to, because paint grey is quite blue. So I don't want to this, so that this isn't thought to be looking like a blue car. Got some here. There's also shadow because there is exhaust pipe coming out. And there's also actually quite much detail on that area, but I'm still avoiding those small details. I'm gonna try to like get the large and big shape first and some depth and making the car look like 3D before adding all those teeny tiny details. And also I have to say I'm too lazy to use with smaller brush, so maybe I think this brush can handle all the details. Actually this has quite sharp point. And I'm quite used to using this large brush. Only problem is that sometimes this brings just too much water on my paintings. I'm just trying to look where the shadow. Just give some definition here. So blending that under shadow, like pulling it up a little bit to the car. Look. So they will look more like they are part of the, like, how should I say, like looking like they are connected and not like the shadow is just chilling there, and I don't want that car start to look like copy pasting. Oh, yeah, that's great. I remember when I lived at home and I have like 2 little sisters, and we had like only one television when everybody wants to like look different, watch like different thing. Before there was those really nice things called like, before there could be like save the programs and choose like you just need to watch them. So I remember the time when there was like those great trying to offer things and just to get to watch the TV. Tuna fish. Oh, I had to think about what is tuna fish in Finnish, and it's, I think it's tonnikala, which is like it's actually translated literally ton of fish. So I find it quite funny. So yeah, actually I really like tuna fish, especially in the salad. When I'm working, I often just have a tuna fish for my lunch. I like to use the fish. It's also quite healthy thing to eat. I don't really have to start to do details because I just like jumping back and forth and doing things that aren't that important. I really want some really dark green. Oh, I have. Well, there's perfect green. I have like forget that I have this really great single pigment green from Holbein that is called shadow green. There's this nice middle muted green. It's dark. I could be using this for the first part. Oh, there's one. No, not so large tree. I make the hill. This paper is starting to wrapping really badly. I'm used to using the honeymoon paper that is a little bit heavier than this paper, so it don't wrap that, like warp that much. I have to be really careful not to get that green on the car. I still find this is too light. And I think also there's actually some white bits here. I think it needs to be darkened. These two need to be darkened. There should be more darks. Also this whole array here should be darker and there should be much more details there. Oh, I have still quite much work to do, and my iPad is actually saying it has running out of battery, and I can't like put it on charger because I have only limited number of power supplies in my table. So I think I will do this sky now for now because I don't need reference for this one. I'm using only base gray in here, but I think I need to put some other colors there too. I don't know what would be good sky color. I'm really tempted to put like dioclazine violet there, but it actually don't belong in the sky. If I mix it with like what is it? Indigo, it will start to look more blue. Yeah, that's nice. Nice blue. And this works looks so wrapped, so I think I will need to do something like putting it between heavy books so it will flatten out. Because I wasn't planning to do this wet painting this on this like I think I would first I'm even thinking about I would do background, so I wasn't prepared for this much color. I really like this indigo. Of course, it's really nice shade. Also the design, it's one of my favorite colors. And I think I will need soon to get new tube because that's one color that I need to fill constantly. It's also because I like to keep my tube wells nice and full, so it's easy to get there with larger brushes. I'm not sure how badly my microphone will pick that thump 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 sound. I'm sure it will pick that up because, well, my mic is really great, but it's sometimes it feels like too great because it picks every sound that I make. A little bit more blue on the sky. It's just looking at that like a grey one. I think I could give it a little more purple. Oh, that's quite too much. Not that much. Sky is looking quite random now. Also there's like some gap there. There's also a thing that I often do when I'm doing larger paintings is that I have a gap between like part of the background and part of the main subject. So I find this usually nice to working now in tilted surface because I knew where this watercolor is like just going down. Soften this edge here, a little bit there in the middle. Actually, core watercolors are really great on wet techniques because these are quite active when they are wet. Like this paint spray feels like it shoots like every direction. Whereas there is even a little bit moisture. I think there should be darker. I'm just trying to look if I'm even in the frame. Half the time I'm not. When I was getting that video about my new fountain pens, restoration, cleaning process and those kind of things, I noticed that when I got the Pelican I was so excited that I almost like forget that I was filming and I should be keeping myself in frame. So first part of that video is completely out of frame and there isn't any like proper focus going on and it wasn't that great. But I like that I do it because I really want to, well, because vintage fountain pens are like there need to be more information about them, more people to know about those pens, so they are not like getting lost, because that's one thing that really bothers me, that they may get lost if people are not interested in them and don't know about them. Actually, my water is starting to look almost completely black now. I think I will soon be ready here and let this sky dry, because my iPad is out of power and I can't look my reference photo. And also my water is almost like completely black now, so it would be a little better to just more water and waiting this sky to dry, because it's quite wet now. So thanks everyone that was watching, and my new subscriber, and all those comments and nice chatting going on. Hope I see you in my next live stream. I'm not sure when I will do live stream, but I will do this. Bye.